Ave uzithanda girl.
Smart.
Guys, please look at her when she takes pictures. Look. Sanbonani, bonjour tout le monde. Hi everybody and welcome to my YouTube. You have to do this channel. So today I have a very special guest. A very special guest, guys. This is my Joanne, my baby girl, my baby sister, my friend, my confidant, my bestie for the rusty. Okay, my sister's gonna be mad that I said that, but I love you, man. My baby girl, guys. This one close to the heart. Inside, parati, guys, man, the dog Guys, I'm saying nice things and she's worried about her makeup.
It will come over.
This is how little sisters behave, exactly like this. So anyway, guys, we've got them ones. It's juice, Dad, Mom. It's juice.
We all know God is watching.
No, it's juice. It's juice. So, guys, today, if we look down here occasionally, it's because, as I said in one of my previous videos, I use my laptop as my monitor, so I have to look for focused and whatnot. So, yeah. So guys, today Joanne and I are going to talk about the 5 things we have each learned about ourselves on our self-development journey. It's going to be very interesting.
Yep.
And now she's looking through her phone and she wrote in her notes, and me being the big sister who was on her ass.
Oh my secrets.
I didn't write it down. How damn am I?
Very. I'm joking. You're so smart. Like, it shows how pretty you are right now.
I feel bitch. Okay, guys. So Joanne, you will do the no, actually tell people who you are, introduce yourself, tell them who you are. If you don't want to tell them where you go to school, just tell them what stage you're in the college journey, which year you are, and tell them something they wouldn't know about yourself, something interesting.
Oh, that would be a long list.
Shut up.
Anyways, hi guys. I'm Joanne. I'm Linda's sister, mentee, and everything that she said. I'm at the College of Idaho, and I'm a rising junior.
Yeah, girl. I'm a rising.
Yes, you're rising.
Yeah, something interesting about you.
That question is really difficult. Like, what am I supposed to say?
Sis, I don't know. Tell them something.
I speak Shona. I really don't know what to say. Like,
do you see the disgust in my face, guys?
Like, that question, I actually hate it. Especially when having games and...
Something interesting about Joanne is that...
Oh my God.
She's very needy but independent at the same time. I find that very weird, but I love it. Because then she's independent, she doesn't bother me. And then sometimes she's needy, she's like, I wanna hug, oh
she's lying. But okay.
Yeah. Alright, Joanne, so you'll do the honors of first telling us the first thing that you realized about yourself on your self-development journey.
Okay, I realized how wounded I was. Woo! Tears today. Be ready.
And you didn't bring tissue. How dumb are we?
You? Anyways, yeah, I didn't realize that I was really wounded. Did that just happen?
I missed my mouse.
Oh yeah. You. Something interesting. She loves attention, but she doesn't love it. Like, when is this supposed to be the moment to shine? Anyways,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, one thing that I realized through this, journeys that I was really wounded. I still have some of those wounds, but like having to actually discover it, that I do have daddy issues, that I do have mommy issues. Yeah, that's like the number one thing that I realized that I had. What about you?
Well, my first one, I would say I realized, and we talked about this yesterday, I realized that I have money wounds. And my money wounds come from growing up and seeing people take advantage of my parents financially. and wanting them to do everything
Okay.
in some situations, and not being grateful in some other situations. And because when people are considered you are one of the people that have some sort of money in this family, so then people fall back and then expect you to carry the load and the burden. So I have those wounds when it comes to money. And also myself growing up, when old people just discount you and they're just like, ugh, you have what you need, you wouldn't understand, ugh, that spoiled child, ugh, kind of thing.
Yes.
That attitude that people have towards you, that you have a good life, so people are like rude and mean to you. It's like really weird. But I did go through that growing up, so I do have those wounds. So now I realize that I have a fear of being wealthy, because I don't want to go through the thing of like people really just coming for me just because of my wealth.
Okay.
Because people have the expectation that when you're wealthy you just give out money. No, my principle is always, I will teach you mindset principles if I can, and maybe how to manage money if I know how to. I will teach you the principles more than I will want to just splash money at you every single time you
so
come
that
to me.
you eradicate the problem.
Exactly, kind of thing. So yeah.
So how was this money movement manifesting in you?
I think I self-sabotaged a lot in terms of like money, because I'd have like an idea and something to do, then I'd just be like, I know, it's cool, I have enough, kind of thing. This idea that I should be thankful, because I always took it as like, some people always look at me like, you have more than enough, why would you want more, kind of thing growing up. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the first one. So yeah, what's the second one for you?
Insecurities. Oh my gosh, I feel like for me everything, I'm not trying to blame like my parents, but it comes from that, and now I'm doing something about it, which I think is good. But insecurities, and like it was manifesting in the relationship that I was having with niggas. I was kept into it. Yes. That was really me, like I would I just felt like I wasn't important, that I wasn't worth it, because I feel like I was that kid who just grew up like, yeah, this is the world, do what you gotta do. Because like I lost my dad when I was really young, I didn't even remember him, and I also lost my mom when I was really really young, I think 5, 6. So like I didn't also spend so much time with her, so like we didn't really have that bond. So I was always imagining maybe life was going to be different with mom and my aunts treating me this way because I'm not the real child. But they were always great. Just like those thoughts I was just having. So the relationships that I would have, I would really stay with a shitty nigga. Not that there's a long list. Maybe there is, we don't know. Oh my God. But
I don't want to know. Give me just the headlines. Give me 5. I don't know the rest.
5, there's 20. I'm joking. But like, I would really stay with the worthless. I would really see like, yeah, this one doesn't like me. But like the fact that there's somebody there, I would still stick around. And even if when they were treating me really bad, which was all of them, maybe they're being attracted to that good side of me.
Of course.
I would still stay. So like now I can actually see, okay, it's because I had an insecurity, and I would always go for people who are buff. It's really funny, like physically, like who, so that I would have that daily security, and what else? Yeah. I really
So now do you think you are in the process of healing that issue particularly, or do you feel like you have healed it, or you're on the way to like, I mean, you never really like heal, but like, do you think you are 3/4 of the way there, halfway there?
I really think so. I really put God in everything. So I just prayed about him. Like, God, you're the bigger father. It's fine. my real one is gone. But I had to accept that it's gone. I had to accept that there's no daddy, that I'm not going to get all those nice hugs and whatever. I had to accept it first, and that was the first hating part. And I did the same with my mom, and the fact that I can nicely see that, okay, I was just going for people above. I was just staying in very abusive relationships. Now it's not like that anymore. So I think, 3/4. 3/4 there.
That's good, sis.
Yeah.
So my second one, I would say, is also like pertaining to being Captain Save a Nigga.
Welcome to the boat.
Like, it's either I was just there absorbed in this person or like just disenchanted.
What do you mean absorbed in a person?
In terms of like what you were saying, like this person is shitty and you're taking like crumbs, but at the same time you're like, it's cool, you know, he tells me occasionally, I like you, girl, you cute, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and I think that stems from, okay, growing up, I was very, very close to my dad, but my dad was always traveling and working, and my mom and I Mom, if you're watching this,
so
guys, no. And my mom is so strict, and like, and I understood because she grew up in a home like that. It was all about like surviving, making sure everybody's fed, doing your duties to make sure the home is staying afloat.
So you don't think about emotional things.
Exactly. So she wasn't like the one to hugs, oh you're beautiful and stuff like that. Like I didn't hear that from my mom, and so it kind of like I realized that I was liking wounded boys so that I could be like literally be their savior. Oh, I know how it feels to like really not feel like loved or be celebrated. So
I'm here for you.
I'm here for you.
You girl. Damn it.
Yeah, so that was me. That's how it came about. And I was always like, no shade to the guys themselves. I was just always dating people not beneath me, but like, you know, there's a certain caliber of person that is the same as you or even better than you in at least something. And for me, I was literally just most of the time dating people that in all of, you know, the aspects, or, you know, not shade, or many of the aspects we just didn't align in a sense. So yeah, so that obviously I could save them. And now, like, some of those people had the complex of wanting to be saved, wanting to be loved unconditionally, even though they were just not working on themselves or stuff like that. So yeah, guys, so it's very important. That's why I always say to people, you need to be working on yourself right now, because it's not just all about, oh, I have my degree, I have my money, me and this guy fall in love, we're gonna have kids. Kids are spiritual beings, and they flourish in love and abundance of love and abundance of acceptance.
Yes.
And you need to deal with those things. Like in my household, I love you wasn't a thing. Like I know very well my parents love me to death. They showed me by getting me everything that I've ever wanted, even if it put them into debt or anything, they would do it without thinking, you know, twice. So, but it's also important to hear the word. So I told myself I'd start telling my brothers, and now my brothers and I, without soliciting the other person, they'll be like, hey, love you sis, love you. And it's very important, and I'm very thankful for that. And that's another teaching word that I have for you today. I'm always teaching that, like, you know, in the Bible it says when one of you in the household is saved, or you are saved on behalf of the others, I guess, or like the others are saved because of you. It's not literally like salvation, you know, woo-woo stuff. Even that, if one of you wakes up or awakens to the things of life and how the ego works and how you can transcend that and bring love and abundance into your home, and then give that to the people in your home, that is how you are bringing salvation to your home. So yeah.
Okay, my third one, love languages. Oh my gosh, like, yeah, when I read that book, I discovered my love languages, you know. And should I say that?
Yeah, if you want to. Because ain't no nigga about to be up in here trying to get my girl.
Hey, my husband,
beat your box.
if you're watching, come. Don't listen to her.
Oh. I'm gonna castrate you.
I made it. Anyway, so like, yeah, the third thing that I've learned in this journey is love languages. Yeah, and my first one is physical touch. So like I do love like hugs.
Yo, guys, you believe in the door? She's here. I'm here, Joanne. I'm not running.
I do love hugs, like holding hands, kissing, and other things if you're that other person. You know. Woo! Anyways, yeah, I did discover that. And the second one is words of affirmations. And the third one is quality time. Okay, physical touch and words of affirmation.
I was usually about to say.
Yeah, and then number 2 we have quality time. Number 3 there's gifts, because I do love flowers and cards.
I have an interjection also, sorry baby. Guys, affirm your friends. Affirm your partner. A lot. Even if you have to put a reminder on your phone once a week at least. Put it in there. Affirm them.
Okay, I'll put
especially the ones who have words of affirmation as a love language. A lot of people think, oh, it's unsexy to put a reminder. Yeah, hey. Grow up.
Don't shout.
No time for a joke here.
Don't shout.
Play like children. Okay? Get together.
No.
Okay?
Anyway, so yeah. Number 4 is acts of services, because I do like doing things on my own. Actually, it's one of the lessons. Talk about it later. But like, yeah. So like, understanding myself, understanding your love languages, it also made me understand, okay, so I was with this shitty person because, you know, there was that physical love that was coming through. So I was feeling like, okay, I'm being loved. Or, you know, when some of the abuse that happened, why I felt so hurt was because that was my love language. So I was like, oh, what is happening? And like, it has also just helped me to even relate with my friends, my family, and people around me way better. Because like, okay, this is their love language. So if words of affirmation is a love language, I cannot be here just saying any hurtful things and stuff, because it's going to hurt them way more than someone who doesn't have words of affirmations love language. I don't know if that makes sense. So like, yeah, discovering that love languages has helped me help myself heal and also relate with others better, and even understand others better as well.
I feel you, babes.
Yeah.
Love languages are so important, you guys. I don't want to put my bear in blast, because also then, you know how like people, once they know, then they'd be like, got here, so I'm gonna go to here now, do this, for me, leave the babe. Forget it. No, I'm not leaving my babe because of somebody else. I leave because of him, but it's not because of somebody else. But my love language, my primary love language, is the last one, almost the last one for my babe, almost. So so in the beginning it was so tricky, you guys, but he's amazing. He's grown and literally just put himself, you know, in a position where he's just like very intentional about it. And I think that's the most important part in a relationship, being intentional. Even in friendships, I'm very intentional about like affirming Joanne, and especially around the things that I know she may be having trouble with. Be very intentional, guys. Like, love is intentional. It's not, you feel love because you want to feel love.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, be very intentional. But yeah, guys. And so we're number 3. I'm doing number 3 now.
Yeah, you're doing number 3.
Yeah, guys. So my number 3 is, I realized I was very controlling in a relationship. And I was doing that obviously because I didn't want to get hurt. So you do what I want you to do, I feel safe. You understand? You get me? So yeah, I realized that with Jay, because he'd always be like, dude, be patient. And I'm patient. But like, no, I wasn't, because I was right in saying I was patient, because I'm very patient with my friends and every other person except the person I'm dating, because they're the one who can really eat your hearts deep because you've been vulnerable with them and stuff. So yeah, I realized that I was not very controlling, but I was like somewhat controlling because so my impatience came out as controlling because I wanted you to do what I wanted you to do now, so that I could rest assured that okay, I'm good, you're not gonna hurt me, and so forth. So yeah, that's my number 3. What's your number 4?
We'll skip at number 3.
But love language is until we said.
Was it YouTuber? Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll go back and do it.
All right. My number 4. I realized how I don't say judgmental.
This one is interesting because.
But I don't know if I can call it judgmental or controlling. I'm not copying. Okay.
You just break, but it's fine.
But I used to want everything to happen in a certain way at a certain time,
especially when it comes to
relationships. You know, like I'm just like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be yellow, this type of yellow, this height, haircut, maybe a triangle, the accent, everything. But
pray 50 times a day. I say this because I was like, and I remember when I realized this about myself, and then I saw it in Joanne, I was like,
but like, yeah, it's something that I realized that I used to do a lot, you know, and now it is completely healed. You know, God will help you. You know why? Like I don't know. Now I've just learned to, you know, accept people as they are. Like, you know, your different journeys, different paths. Just vibe the way you need to vibe. You know, you don't need to.
And to add on, sis, add on, I do want to say, ladies, it's paramount that you have, you know, certain standards of like how you want to be treated. And I mean, if you do want a man that understands spirituality, but absolutely, but don't make it that he must pray 50 times a day. He must always be the one to lead prayer every day. You know, give him space to also grow into that organically, or, you know, stuff like that. But we're not saying don't have standards. That's not what we're saying. We're saying do have the standards, but also don't expect to get just a male version of you exactly. Because I was telling Joanne that yesterday, a lot of the times we do these things not out of a place of wholeness and abundance. We're doing it just so because we think, oh, if he's doing this, then he'll never hurt me or disappoint me. Why? That's a lie.
Because just work on yourself, because you literally just attract the person, you know, the way you are. It's a reflection. So like, yeah, that's one thing I did learn about myself. And just allow somebody to be. And I guess I never used to. Okay, that would just bring me to number 5 for me. Like I used to just have these walls around me. Do it alone kind of person. You know, I was telling you at work that I'm sort of like leading a team. And
and she's a supervisor.
Oh my god. You are so extra. But like, yeah, I'm sort of like leading a team at work, and my boss was like complaining that this is not being done up to standard. I'm like, okay. I was like, you know what, let me just not talk to them. I know what the standard he wants. And then I did it myself. And then I was realizing later on, I'm like, I literally just sent an email like, hey yo, and it's you're supposed to do this.
I literally said the same thing to Joanne about like us just living together, what I noticed, because like that's another thing that Joanne and I do. We're like, I'll notice something, I'll be like, hey sister, you notice that you do this? Then she'd be like, oh, do I? And then literally a few days later she came and she's like, dude, you're right. And this is what I realized about myself. I was like
yeah, it's because again, you know, from, you know, those childhood mom-dad wounds that I'd always felt like I'm alone. So like I always felt like I just need to do everything alone. And it was my first thing even in group works, like everywhere, even in class, like I don't want to work with people. I'm good on my own. Even in relationships, I'll be the one carrying everything, you know. And yeah, that's one thing that I did learn. which is why maybe I was always wanting to control everything. Was something it needs to go this way. So yeah, I think those are the 5 things that I've learned.
Yeah, I realized that men to me was equals you.
English came on a boat.
My God. Imagine.
Yeah, that they were just like that.
So I realized that to me, men equals irresponsible.
Why is that?
And I noticed this in my relationship when it was time to seriously think about kids and marriage. I remember there's a time I told my boyfriend, even now I'm just like, I don't care, I'm not really bothered about it. But before I was like, I don't want to get married. I don't want a man in my house. Which also goes back to the, I'll do it myself. If I'm going to raise kids, I'm going to do it myself. I don't want the stress of having to be busy asking me, babe, your kids want to connect emotionally. Can you read a book? Pray, meditate, something so you can be able to open yourself up to your kids emotionally. All of that, like, I'm just like, I'd rather do that because I see it now in myself. I'm working on it. When are you going to tell me you're fine? You know, kind of thing. And to me, men have always been just equals. I'm going to go to work, do my job, come home, expect the food to be done, blah, 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 you know, type of thing. And another thing that I've always seen in African homes, not just like maybe my immediate family, no, like literally everywhere. When you talk to friends, all the time when kids were talking about their fathers, it was always like, Babu Ami, out of wedlock. Now we have to be accepting this child. Now the mothers having to go to God in prayer to accept this child and be the noble woman. Or Babu Ami, he's busy giving people money and it's time to give us. How can you go give strangers money before you come and give your wife and kids?
Yeah, like
then as you quiz us on what we want with the money, but others are pouring out money like that video out there. Like, does it even make sense?
Oh my gosh.
Because like, as Eckhart Tolle says, like, men have a more enmeshed with the ego mind.
Yeah.
So that's why they often do like the foolish things that like some moms are like, huh? Why the hell would you do that?
Yeah.
Exactly, because they're more enmeshed with the ego mind. So whatever feeds the ego, they're more inclined to go after it. So obviously he wants to be esteemed highly, then he's gonna go around and give people money for no reason and then come at home and now he's complaining he doesn't have money. I've just always heard so many stories, like so many kids always saying, I love my mom, back in my day she's freak shit. You know? So I've always been like, these people are irresponsible most. Why would you want to live with a person like that in your house?
Yeah.
And raise kids with a person like that? And some, like, it's always the mom's burden. Now mom must be the one to explain that to the kids. Guys, shame your dad, we hadn't times, but he did this because now mom must also explain the kids to the dad. The kids, baby, they are. Where is the space for the mother?
Yeah.
But you must also go to work, take care of everybody's emotions in this house, take care of hers. So why are you in my house? Let me just do it myself. You know, type of thing. Yeah. I've just always been like, these people are so irresponsible. Like, how can you be such a dumb?
Where's the light of this?
There's no light. Y'all are stupid. I'm joking. I'm joking. But as I've continued, I am determined to always think there's more good men out there than the horrible ones. Even if he's not mine at the moment, the good one, or even if the one I thought was good did something, I just always want to feed myself what I want to experience and see. Because there's no use in being like, I feel like they are dogs, but you want their love. What are you doing? I feel like I never believe. Okay, good for you.
So like, what is one thing that has surprised you, like something that you have done out of like healing?
Being a mentor.
Oh, that surprised you.
Yeah.
How?
I'm not crying. It surprised me because like now that I look back, I've always been a teacher. And and a mentor to some people that looked up to me that I didn't even know at that time that they looked. Now I know now because they've told me, but back then I didn't. But now looking in hindsight and retrospect, I'm like, oh. But like, out of my journey of healing and seeing how much you've grown, and when you repeat the things I've said to you, to me, and how they've helped you, that's when I'm like, oh my, wow, sis, wow. And like, you've been the biggest factor in that. Like, literally, when you repeat all the things that I've like imparted to you, I'm not even in like an egotistic way or anything like that. When you guys, because this girl, she's bold, dude. Me, I was shocked. She was like, can you be my mentor? I was like, hey, you a mentor? Me, I talk to you, try to help a mentor. But immediately when she said that, I was like, I was already on my self-development journey. I was like, I need to take this 50 million times seriously, because this young woman is looking up to me and I need to get it together. Because if I am not doing the internal work, what am I going to teach her? How is she going to feel? Yes, she must know I'm human and I don't know everything and I'm not perfect.
I don't know that.
But she should also know that I show up and I show out. So she can do the same in her life. If she sees that the person that I've asked to be my mentor, she shows up and she shows out no matter what, she already has that spirit. She'll just carry it on. She already had it. I haven't added anything to Joanne, guys. I've just brought it out. Everything that she thinks I've added, she already had. I've just brought it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that's the thing that has surprised me in Joanne. What about you? She's the one that says, oh my life, she's.
You're so great. I don't know if we're the same. I don't know how to say it. But why that has been surprising?
I'm sweating, guys, sorry.
It's really killing me. That has been that's a very huge surprise for me. Cause
he's
like
a boy, guys. His name, but he's a boy.
Like I've been so surprised because like I don't like looking at him. I just see so much growth that I've had. Like you guys, I don't wanna cry, but like.
You didn't cry for me. This one, no, I'm going to cry for a boy.
I'm not crying because of a boy, because of the lessons, the things. But
the lessons brought by a boy.
No, not like that. But like it's now practical. I'm just seeing how non-judgmental I am, how I even love myself, like my skin color, the body type that I have. Yeah. How I just let people be, and how I'm also letting me be. Like what Ekoto was always. Oh, thank you. Like how Ekoto was always saying, like human and being. And I do see that, and I'm so surprised. Like I'm so surprised. I'm like, oh, really? This is me. I'm being okay with this. I'm trying to, control things and it's been really surprising because like I've told you that I've been like ghosting this person such a long time. It's because all those other times I would always be like, no, nothing on the list, like Lotto. But like that is really surprising.
Guys, this Zimbabwean girl is fuzzy. She's always like, Ganti. What else do you say? Yeah, wait.
J.
Tech. J.
I don't say that. You do. But like that has been really surprising. Yeah, I even up to now I'm just like, I think my ego mind is just like,
it's because now you've taught it that it's safe. There's no need to control.
My ego person is white, probably Trump system or something.
It's saying in the pictures, I'm sure.
Okay. But we should really talk about the ego in that book. Okay, before we end, what are some books that were like really, really important to you?
I've been telling y'all.
3.
Don't shout. A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. That's both of us. We're saying
number
one, A New Earth. But
you said you should.
What Joanne wants to tell you is, and I also want to tell you, is that if you are consciously not ready for the book, it will not make any sense to you.
Nothing. I read it in the English. It was like, do you know the King Version Bible? Wow, guys, that's how the English was like. I bought that book when I was in freshman. I've been in it for like a year. I've been telling you, right? Like, I had that book. I opened it. I'm telling you, the English changed. Because right now, when I read it,
it's just.
I'm just like, this was not the same book. Something changed. I'm telling you, something happened. Like,
sorry, guys.
Now I really was not ready for it, but like right now it's making so much sense.
Yeah,
I'm flowing. And like, if you're to get the book, also look for the podcast, because like it would really make
the one he has with Oprah.
Yes,
like Oprah's Soulful Sundays. I think definitely listen to that as you listen to the book, because Eckhart Tolle is in there with Oprah asking him questions. Very beneficial. Yeah, that's the one book both of us for number one were saying buy the book. For me, number two, The Surrender Experiment by Michael A. Singer. He also talks about the ego mind consciousness and yielding to the perfection of life, which is something I'm actually going to make a quick video right now after we finish, Joanne and I, if I still have battery on my camera. But like yielding to the perfection of life, your life, when you realize that even in the bad moments, there were good things that came out. I remember in IB, now looking at it in retrospect, I was depressed, but I was performative. Like I was functioning depressed. I still was able to function, but I was depressed. But even though I was in a low vibration, the perfection of life brought me here. Specifically, I got into college with a full scholarship to come here, and it was the best experience of my life. Life knows where it should take you. Sometimes it feels like it's breaking you, but honestly, there's a perfection to life, guys. Sometimes you don't have to wrestle with it fast and so forth. So Surrender Experiment by Michael A. Singer. That's number two for me. What's number two for you?
Number two for me, oof, there's so many. I think I'll say love languages. And
the 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman.
Yes. And this other one, I've forgotten the name, but it talks about communication in love. Like, that's the book that led me to 5 languages, so I'll just put them together. I'll look up the name and then put it in the description box. But like, it's really amazing. Like, it talks about communicating with people, love languages, having to understand other people around you, and it's been amazing. It has really helped me. What's your last one before we end?
I'm trying to find the last one that I want to talk about, that I feel like people can read, and like, because some of the books that we read, they can only make sense once you've been reading these books. The third one I would say to read is, guys, I have so many and some of them are soft copies. Read You're a Badass at Making Money by Jensen Settle. You're a Badass at Making Money by Jensen Settle. It just literally, it's teaching you about mindset and rising in consciousness to the energy of money, because money is energy in a sense. If you feel like you don't deserve it, it's not going to jump in your lap.
The third one, Bible, the holy book, everybody. I'm serious, but okay, the third one, it is the Bible. But also,
don't you think it's very important also to have a certain lens when reading the Bible? Because I know some people our age that are Christians read it the same way they were taught at home. And sometimes
I can really say this, like reading these other books that we're talking about, and then reading the Bible, it makes sense. Wow, it's so much sense. But there's actually another book by Miles Monroe. It's called Being a Woman or Something Woman.
I think I've read that one.
I loved it. Like it was really explaining, what it means to be a woman. Like, why do you cry? Why are you emotional? Why? It just made me understand how how I behave, and it just made me love myself more and accept myself more. Like, okay, it's okay to cry. I'm wired this way. And it also made me understand men, So, yeah, that one. But Miles Monroe, being a woman.
Yeah.
Something, yeah. Those three.
Okay, and also name the 3 people that you think would be beneficial in following, maybe like their podcasts or watching their stuff on YouTube. Like 3 people that our followers now could benefit from watching or listening to.
Okay, like what you're saying, like when you want to see something great, be looking at that, be consuming that. I'd say defining.
Oh yes,
when they talk about it, like it's so beautiful, like to see like perfect couples. Well, sometimes you know what I mean. Those letters, their journey, and also for you to just know, like, okay, it's going to happen to you too. You don't have to just bump into somebody when it's raining and stuff like that. It's really real, and it shows how black couples can be amazing. Another one is Eckhart Tolle. Yeah, he hooked me up.
Yeah,
so amazing. He talks about consciousness and his books. The third one that I follow, he does manifestation stuff. He's mantra something. I don't know, I'm forgetting his name.
but once you remember, I'll put it in the description box.
Okay, yeah. So like he also talks about what you're thinking about, what you're reading, the same stuff. Those 3 people are really, really helpful.
Okay, for me, I'd say number 1, Eckhart Tolle. Don't sleep on Eckhart. I've been telling you 50 million times. Eckhart. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like really passionate because I want everybody to experience, that sense of like peace in the storm. That I've been able to also experience, not because I'm smart and everything is nice. No, guys, because I've been practicing. Some days it's a rough time, but like for the most part, I'm very thankful. So Eckhart Tolle, Oprah Super Soul Sunday, guys. I know some other people have a thing against Oprah and Epstein and all those stuff, whatever. But listen to the podcast, guys. Follow people like her talks with Thich Nhat Hanh, Pema Chodron. What's the other one? Oh my gosh, Mike. The third person, Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith.
Oh yeah,
Michael Bernard Beckwith. That's all I've got to say. So I hope you enjoyed our very intimate talk, you guys. And just let me know. Let Joanne and I know down below. Don't be shy, Bangani. Like, you guys are very shy to talk about things, or you don't watch it till the end of the movie. Video. To the end of the video, so you can hear me tell you. Comment down below. But comment down below some of the things you learned in your self-development journey about yourself, like the wounds you had and how you healed and so forth.
And other tips on how to do it.
Tips on how to do it, how you've done it, what helped you. So
and
other
books,
people can
books for me. Books.
Yes, we love books. We read all the time. In the morning, I think. Are you willing to shoot your morning routine? Our morning routine is almost the same. Are you willing to shoot your morning routine when you're off work?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so Joanne and I will individually shoot our morning routines and then show you what we do in the morning. But the most important part, even before, like most of the time we take our phones, we read.
Yeah, you shouldn't actually.
Yeah, leave the phone for an hour and a half, or even 2 hours and read if you have that
process already.
Yeah, so if you want that, not if you want, we're going to shoot our morning routines. So thank you guys for staying till the end if you did. I'm very thankful, and Joanne is very thankful for supporting her sissy. I really appreciate you, and bye.